camera is on. I'm watching it film right now. Don't cut off. I think part of the thing is the battery in my camera is, well, and my phone is getting old. I think this is like an iPhone 10 or something. Okay, what am I doing? Quails, quails, quails. All right. I just had a, never mind. Anyhow. All right, so I need gold, green, browns. Again, abstract. I'm not going to make details of feathers and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm thinking I want to put this for the background. It's not gold green, but it is abstract, so I can do what I want. That's pretty too. I just had like heartburn and my back locked up. It is tough getting old. All right, there's my ruler. That's weird. Where's my ruler? There is my ruler. It's supposed to be right here. That is most bizarre. Okay, we're going to do this a different way then. Where's my ruler? It is cold here this morning. We slept with our windows open last night. It's like, but we're supposed to have frost tomorrow night. And Saturday we had a earthquake again. We're on a major fault line here. It goes, because right after the Civil War, Charleston had more damage from fires after an earthquake right after the Civil War, or the Battle of Charleston, or I don't know what it was. But they had more damage from that. At least that's what the history people here say. Than we did in Charleston. But, okay, we're just going to do that. The east side of Columbia, it was 2.8, almost 2.9, which that can be felt. I don't know if it was felt, but I saw it on the paper Saturday morning, or noonish, I guess it was around noon. It's like, ay, ay, ay. In 2022, in half of 2023, we were having them like once a week. Little ones. Especially if you grew up in the San Francisco area. Although we didn't have that many. That we could feel when I was a kid growing up. I have probably only felt about 3 or 4 in my lifetime. Now, granted, I left when I was probably close to 18. Or I was 18. Oh, gosh. I want to make sure I get this not straddling the fold, but into the fold. I don't have a lot of glue here. It needs to be worked into, you got to manhandle it a little bit. Work it into the fold. That's better. Okay, that's better. Still, you gotta be careful because the underpaper, this page kind of folded up this time. If I go in with nails, I'm gonna end up ripping the paper, I think. Okay. That looks better. Okay. Now, quails. All right, let's see. My mind is not with it this morning. My mind is cold. Oh, look at what I just found. And this stack of paper of browns. All right. I need kind of like a curvy triangle. I'm going to use this, I think, as the bottom part. Let's see here. I watched my friend, she wasn't involved in the ceremony yesterday that they taped at the World War II Museum. Oh, yeah. But she got to talk to a bunch of the people that they awarded the Medal of Honor to yesterday. And I think that was for people that were still living. And there was one guy she talked to who was 99. And she thinks he was in, she has to check with her sister because her sister's been researching their dad's units and the Flying Tigers and stuff along with a cousin. And I think the cousin has written a book or is writing a book or something. And her sister's thinking about writing a book. Because their dad did some extra stuff during World War II. But these were Chinese Americans. They were not allowed to be citizens yet. And because of the discrimination, what did they call it? I can't remember. Anyhow, it was an act that would not allow Chinese immigrants, possibly Japanese too. I don't know for sure. But that might be why they put Japanese in internment camps in California. Under that guise. That they were not citizens, and because of what happened in Pearl Harbor and the proximity and the amount of Japanese Americans. My mom had a friend that she was a little girl in one. But there's some amazing stories out of that too. How they rose above some of that horrible discrimination and just amazing people. But can you imagine not being a citizen of a country and fighting, risking your life and fighting a war for that country that has not recognized you as a citizen? Crazy. Crazy times. But we're headed right back there, I think. Anyhow. All right, so I don't know. I don't want it to look like a quail, obviously, because it's going to be abstract. But I might do that. That kind of represents the feather groupings. And I want that little top-notch thing. Can I do that? With torn paper? Well, yes, I can. Oh, okay, we're going to glue this down. Okay, this is the rock he's sitting on. Anyhow, she talked to several of those older men, which, I mean, they're like in their 90s. One was 99, and they don't remember names anymore, but they could recite the units they were belonging to, and she knew the unit her dad was in, the Flying Tigers, and all this kind of stuff. I think he was a navigator, and she said, I met people from his unit, which was really cool for her. And her dad died when we were in junior high. No. Maybe 6th grade. He had horrible cancer. Ugh, I remember him being so sick. But at that time, they didn't have some of the treatments and some of the not preventions, but anyhow, the chemo and all that kind of stuff was really rough. And he was sick for a very long time. I remember that. But so he's been gone for a long time. She said she had wished her mom knew she had done it because she just passed away last year. But said, your mom and dad are proud of you, no matter if they're watching or not, from above. And she took her kids, which I think is awesome. They probably don't appreciate it now, but they will as adults. I say that as a child who hated my parents dragging us camping at every maybe sometimes 2 times a month for a weekend, at least once a month, and then a long vacation in the summer. My dad had 3 weeks as we got older, and we would take the entire 3 weeks in one chunk. I didn't hate it, but I'm like, oh God, here we go. We're cooped up in a car. We usually had a dog with us. Sometimes we had a German Shepherd in a Galaxy 500, sky blue. I can remember. It was almost this color. And three girls on the back seat. No, 2 girls on the back seat. One of us laid on the floorboard because we wanted to read, and laying on the floorboard in the back seat, we didn't get car sick. And while we read, and then that German Shepherd, and he every once in a while would get car sick. We always had to stop in the afternoon to give him ice cream. He had to stop and get an ice cream cone for the dog. Who cares about your kids? How about the dog? And I mean, we just, it was like, oh, here we go again. Don't touch me. She's in my space. I can't fold the pages on my book. She's breathing hard. Blah, 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 blah. As teenage girls do, and preteens. And then my mom was a terrible backseat driver. Jim, I think you went the wrong way. Jim, you need to slow down. Jim. I remember, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Oh, this relates to this. We were going somewhere, and we had our trailer, because we had a travel trailer on the back. And we were pulling the trailer. We were going, the Highway 101, you can see it here. Highway 101 goes right past this. And we were going down Highway 101 to connect to another interstate somewhere. But we had to go up, and this is on a hill. So we had to go up the hill past this. And my mom, this is like 10 minutes from home. And my mom would start in, Jim, I think you're too close. Jim. And he pulled that trailer and all of us over on the side of the road, going up this hill, which is not easy to start that grade again. And he got out of the car and he went over to the driver's side and he goes, he was a huge user of profanity. Blankety blank blank blank. You want to drive? My mom didn't drive. Didn't know how to drive. She had a bad car accident when I was a baby, and she never drove again. And she's like, oh, for heaven's sakes, Jim, get back in this car. This is dangerous. We're on the side of the road. The girls. Oh, torture. Traveling with your family as a teenager. Torture. And we belonged to a camping group. It was a bunch. My mom worked with the school district, and it was a bunch of teachers, and we all got together and formed our own little trailer group, and we would meet once a month, and somebody was the host, and they would pick out where we went. Then we would have a big potluck on Saturday nights. And then to be dragged to that, and we did grow up with other kids doing that too in this group, which was cool. And my mom used to get Christmas cards still from some of those people. In fact, when she passed away, she had me write a letter, and she had highlighted people in her telephone, because she still had a telephone book. And oh, I know why this is looking different. I didn't get them wet. And she said, these, and one of them, Mr. Johnson, his wife had since passed, but he still sent her a Christmas card, and that's kind of cool. And I sent him this letter that I made up, telling everybody that they had passed and so close together and blah blah blah. Because we had, in lieu of flowers and that kind of stuff, we had donations made to the national park system in their honor, and a bunch of people did that, which was cool. My cousin that was here this summer, she said, now I wanted to go to a specific park. I'm like, okay. I said, well, in that case, Yosemite, because that was our home park. And she's like, okay, that's what I thought you would say. All right, I'm doing that. And my friend that I've been talking to all weekend about this museum event, she donated to Yosemite specifically too. But her kids will appreciate this when they get older. Oh my gosh, this might be my favorite one. Oh. Am I still filming? I hope so. Yep. This might be my favorite one. I think I'm going to go in on here and get rid of some of that white. Does that mean I shouldn't make such a wide background and make these same things? Well, they were landscapes. Tomorrow I have another object, and then I have two more landscapes that I picked out so that I go probably close. Well, I'll be going up to where I've already filmed ahead of time so that I can finish packing and go. And so I have 3 more after this, but I have another object. But the objects give me the opportunity to put them on a blank background like this. I absolutely love this. Could this be my favorite one? It kind of looks like a blowfish. I love it. I love it. Does this mean I should be doing these kind of things with maybe just objects rather than landscapes? Could that be the next journal? I don't know. Should it be? I think it might. Actually, I already came up with the idea, a spin-off from this. But I think I can still do that the way I want to do it, the spin-off. And this will lend itself to that kind of a background. A solid background and then modern in the middle. Not modern, abstract. This is my favorite one. I guess I learned something again. I don't know. I do love these. But maybe shrink these down. Oh, that's a good idea. Shrink these down so that they're this big on a solid background. Maybe that's what I should be morphing into. I don't know. I really do like that. Tomorrow, we are going to do a basket. Have I printed that out yet? I thought I did. Where did I put it? We're going to do a basket from the Miwok Indians, because those were the Indians in this area before us came in. And no political statements allowed. Just, we're doing... I went to a Miwok Indian camp for a summer camp one summer. That stuck with me too. My mom made me go, and I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I had to walk or ride my bike. I think I rode my bike. And because my mom, again, didn't drive. And I was painfully, I know you find this hard to believe, but I was painfully shy. And it would mean me talking to people, and I didn't want to do that. But as an adult, I'm so glad she made me do that. Listen to your parents sometimes. That's the moral of the story. Listen to your parents. Sometimes they know what they're talking about. Oh, I really love this. Really, really like that. This is a Robin McClendon printable. This is things that I made printed in black and white, which remind me to do more of this than all these other papers that I've done that I just tore. It looks like an amoeba. I love it. Okay, that's it for today. That was easy. If you have this stuff in your stash, it's easy. So, thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. That was easy.